What would you do if you bought an old camera from a thrift store and discovered hundreds of photographs of a complete stranger inside? Most people would delete the pictures. Some would ignore them. But this woman made a different choice. She decided to find the man in the photographs. Her name is Sarah. Sarah is a young woman living in Colorado. In 2012, Sarah was browsing through a small thrift store in Colorado. Nothing unusual. Just old books, used furniture, and forgotten electronics. Then she noticed a dusty digital camera sitting in a bargain bin. It cost less than $10. She bought it without thinking much about it. That night, curiosity got the better of her. She charged the camera and opened the memory card. What she found left her speechless. Hundreds of photographs, birthday parties, family vacations, Christmas celebrations, smiling children, an elderly couple holding hands, a young man standing beside a lake. The images weren't random. They were someone's life, someone's memories, someone's family history. And somehow, those memories had ended up in a thrift store. But who did they belong to, and how had they gotten there? Sarah couldn't stop wondering. What happened next would change everything. Most people would have erased the photos, but Sarah couldn't. The memories felt important, so she uploaded a few photographs online and asked for help identifying the owner. Days passed, nothing. Then weeks, still nothing. What she never expected was that the search would completely change her life. People shared the post. Friends shared it again. Strangers joined the search. The story began spreading across social media. And then, a breakthrough. One viewer recognized the young man in the pictures. His name is Michael. But there would come another big problem. Michael doesn't live in the same neighborhood. He lived hundreds of miles away. When Sarah finally contacted him, she learned the heartbreaking truth. Years earlier, his camera was stolen during a move. Inside it were photos he never backed up. Pictures of family members who had since passed away. Moments he thought were lost forever. When Sarah told him she had found them, he couldn't believe it. But the most surprising chapter of the story hadn't even started yet. Michael wanted to thank Sarah in person. At first, it was just supposed to be a quick meeting, a handshake, a thank you, nothing more. But when they finally met, something unexpected happened. Conversation flowed effortlessly. Hours passed like minutes. Neither wanted the day to end. They laughed, shared stories, talked about family, dreams, and life. And for reasons neither could explain, they felt strangely connected, almost as if fate had been quietly guiding them toward each other all along. But could a lost camera really lead to love? Or was it just a coincidence? Neither of them knew yet. Over the next few months, they stayed in touch. Text messages became daily conversations. Daily conversations became late-night phone calls. Late-night phone calls became visits. Every time they said goodbye, it became harder. Friends and family noticed. Everyone could see what they were trying not to admit. They were falling in love. The woman who had searched for a stranger to return his camera had accidentally found her soulmate. But one major challenge stood in their way: distance. Hundreds of miles separated them, and now they had to decide whether their growing relationship was worth the risk. Long-distance relationships are never easy. There were missed holidays, lonely nights, moments when giving up would have been easier, but neither wanted to lose what they had found. Because deep down, they knew something extraordinary had happened. Out of millions of people, a lost camera had connected two strangers. A $10 purchase had changed two lives. And eventually, one of them made a life-changing decision. They closed the distance, started building a future together, and turned an impossible coincidence into a real love story. Years later, people still ask them the same question: how did you meet? Most couples tell ordinary stories, at work, at school, through friends. Sarah and Michael couldn't, because their story started with a forgotten camera, a memory card, and a decision to care about a stranger. One small act of kindness created a chain of events nobody could have predicted. And that's what makes this story unforgettable. Because sometimes, the greatest love stories don't begin with a first date. They begin with a mystery. And sometimes, the thing you're looking for isn't what you find. Sometimes, you find the person you were meant to meet all along.